There is beef.
Okay.
Just like there's beef between the beard and the Greek freak. You like how I did that?
I see how you did
It
that.
kinda worked.
I don't know
You
if I
had-
love it, but I'm cool
You teed
with
me
it.
up for that, so I had to take.
What you mean, you don't love
take
the
a
beef?
bite out of it.
No, I don't love
Between
the
the freak
transition.
and the
I saw
beard?
what she did there.
Oh,
He
yeah.
brought the beef. I don't know why. I thought that's why you were bringing it up.
No,
I
I
thought you were
was past
no,
that.
I'm
I'm trying
talking
to
about
see
this.
these two MVPs clap at each other for the rest of the season. It's not going to happen, but it would be such a sexy finals matchup, specifically speaking, Harden and the Greek freak. That's not going to happen, but we can fantasize about it.
All right, well, let's see how we got to where we are right now.
Listen, I'm telling you, the NBA is getting back to where it needs to be. No more
Very
besties, no more friendly basketball. These two guys got smoked.
Who?
Giannis and James Harden.
Back down only, hit Harden in the head.
Unintentional, of course.
Did they get MVP right?
2019 NBA Most Valuable Player, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
They got it wrong.
This man just had a historic year. One for the books. The media, they create a narrative about somebody from the beginning of the year. I think they just take that narrative and then run with
He
it.
is a freight train. We've seen nothing like it. He's even more dynamic than LeBron James has ever been.
Okay, this is a tough one. I'm between Kemba and Trae Young.
Wait, you
But I gotta go.
You don't want the dribbler?
I want somebody that's gonna pass the ball. That's what I want.
I don't see what the choke is, but I didn't even see it. You know, I don't pay attention to stuff like that. I just know none of them can mess with me.
James Harden has kind of heard enough of some of the stereotypes, and I think that he just kind of had enough of it.
Offensively, we were just trying to, find whoever, James Harden was guarding. That's who we thought we're gonna have an opportunity to score on.
I wish I could just run and with 7 feet and run and just dunk. Like that takes no skill at all. I gotta actually learn how to play basketball, how to have skill,
Well, Harden just couldn't let it go. And so he said something that, of course, is silly.
My game is not just power.
We're not going to see the Houston Rockets against the Milwaukee Bucks in the finals, but it would be fun now, wouldn't it?
This is real beef.
That's spicy. Gary, you talked about it this weekend right on the Hoop Streams with the squad. So I'm going to defer to Omizi on this one. Do you think this is a real beef? Is this a real thing?
Yes, but this is 1,000% Giannis's fault. Well, like Giannis the entire time, Harden is minding his own business. For the first time, he said something to Rachel Nichols because Rachel Nichols is great at what she does. But listen,
Omar.
Giannis is taking all these petty shots for no reason at all. Harden's like this quiet guy that never says anything.
Oh, wow. He said Harden was quiet.
No, like he finally said something last week, but before that, Giannis was taking all these jabs for no reason.
So we have to go back to where this started, right? When James Harden won the MVP 2 seasons ago. And there's levels to this trash talking stuff. And we've finally opened up the vault and taken a peek behind the beard that is James Harden and what his psyche is. For the first time ever, he is conceding that there is an equal in the league that is him. Do you think he would say this to literally anybody else in the league besides maybe Giannis? Obviously Giannis, excuse me, and maybe LeBron James, but you ain't gonna come for the king because there's repercussions that come along with that. So for him to actually even acknowledge the fact that, I wish I was 7 foot tall, I wish I could dunk, essentially say anything petty as it relates to Giannis is him conceding to the fact that, Giannis is on that same playing level, which makes James Harden realize, oh, wow, I'm not the best doing this at this present time in the game. He could also say that to Russell Westbrook, another MVP winner, but obviously he's on his team. He could say about Steph, but Steph is hurt. You see what I'm talking about? There's levels to this where you're only going to concede those points to fellow MVP winners. Giannis is one now, and that's why James Harden is seeing the mortality of his talent in the NBA.
But you don't think James Harden thinks he's a better player than Giannis?
I think that everybody in the NBA thinks that they're the best player in the NBA, but him acknowledging that shows a little bit of a, I guess, what would I say, a vulnerability that if he doesn't defend his position on it, people will automatically put Giannis ahead of him.
I just think that Giannis has been chirping and chirping, making all these small little jokes, and it's built up to this point where he eventually has to say something.
But where's the lie in any of the stuff that he's saying? James Harden does dish the rock on his team,
people
but
hate on Harden's game all the
dribbler
time.
And gunning the ball at him, not playing defense. not everything that Giannis is saying is a dig. Some of it is just statistically accurate.
Yeah, but LeBron doesn't go out of his way to say, you know what, Harden's just a dribbler. Harden doesn't really play defense.
That's because when you're the king, you don't talk about everybody else in the village and in the kingdom because you're the king.
Okay.
Charles Barkley low-key set him up for that because if Charles hadn't said anything, then Giannis wouldn't have said anything. He was just looking for his next. So
actually, Giannis teed it up because he was like, I'm between Trey and Kemba. Like, he completely excluded James from the jump.
That's true. All right, well, the Bucks and the Rockets, they play on March 25th. So they can get at it on that day.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports analysis and highlights, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.